Would you swim through the briny sea for me? Crawl along the ocean's floor. I'll be your treasure.
Hello and welcome. My name is Rob Lamp. I'm a close personal friend of the Bangford family, and it's an honor for me to kick off this wedding ceremony with Judge Stoll today. And Kevin and Bethany, this is your wedding. It's finally here, all the planning. We are thrilled. We are thrilled for the life you've created together and for your marriage that begins right now. You have discovered each other, made the conscious decision of commitment, and today you will step over the threshold into the first day of the rest of your officially declared shared life. And the best part about it, you are surrounded by a bunch of awesome friends and family and who have traveled from all over the country to be here and to cheer you on. So let's cheer them on. West Coast people, Midwest people. Calm down, Anita. Got a long ceremony. Save some of that energy. Oh, and let me say to our guests here, I mean, you are such an important part of this ceremony. You're bringing the love that not only makes this ceremony meaningful, but it's the web of love and caring to support these two in their journey of life together. So don't underestimate your importance in this wedding ceremony. I know I speak for Bethany and Kevin when I say that, right? Okay. And it's kind of like that Bill Withers song. We all need somebody to lean on. So speaking of inspiration, we're going to have a couple readings from the uncles. I will have Jerry and Roop come up right now, and they are going to read a couple passages. Oh yeah, let's have everybody sit down and make yourself comfortable while Uncle Jerry and Uncle Roop come up, and they're going to select a couple passages that the bride.
The island dreams under the dawn, and great boughs drop tranquility. The peahens dance on a smooth lawn. A parrot sways upon a tree.
If I speak with tongues of men and of angels, but do not have love, I have become a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal.
Thank you. Bethany, I remember watching you grow through the years and blossoming into the amazing person that you are today. It's just a thrill for me as a friend of the family to have watched you through those years. And I'll just have to tell people, I could share some really interesting stories about Bethany's past, but I thought I would save that for the reception. So if you would want to come see me later. But I do remember you being at your brother Ben's wedding with Jackie, being at your sister Davie's wedding with Andy, and I had the privilege of performing both of those. But today I'm happy to say it's your turn now, and you are the bride. So let's talk about your love story. We were together in Sonoma Valley in November. We were celebrating your mom's birthday, and I got to meet a lot of Kevin, your family there. And we went on your favorite trail, the Tamales Point Trail. Little did I know it was going to be a 9.5-mile hike, but that did afford me many hours to have a little personal interview individually with Kevin and with Bethany. So for those of you who may not be familiar with their love story, I'm going to share you the results of some of my probing questions right now. So question number 1, what were the initial impressions when you first met each other? We'll start with Kevin. He said, my buddy and best man, Brian, take a bow, Brian, and matchmaker, invited me to the Game of Thrones themed wine tasting fundraiser. It was there I first laid eyes on Bethany. Kevin said she was drop dead gorgeous, and I don't even know if she noticed me. But Bethany, when I asked the same question, said, oh yeah, I noticed Kevin. I remember how he was cracking bird jokes all day. Bethany explains, when we were in law school, his professor thought Kevin wanted to practice bird law. After Kevin made some joke about it, referencing a TV show, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And so the professor would always direct questions about birds to Kevin. Yeah, I think we should all do the same, maybe. Even though Kevin is completely clueless and knows nothing about birds. Is there really such thing as a bird lawyer? I mean, does that exist?
There is.
I guess everybody has rights these days, even the birds, so that makes sense. So, but Bethany said, well, the bird jokes really took flight, and Kevin made a great first impression on me. Okay, second question. When did you first sense that your relationship was going to be more than a friendship? All right, Kevin said it was after we reconnected in San Francisco. He explained he had been in New York and then with his parents in Southern California during COVID lockdown. You remember that. When I returned to San Francisco, Bethany stormed up to me and asked why I hadn't told her I was back in San Francisco. She invited me to lunch with our mutual friend Matthias, and who's a part of the intellectual property group. And as we were catching up, Bethany got right to the point, I like this, and asked, are you like single?
I don't think I asked it like that.
Well, I have that as a direct quote. You remember, right? I think it's a perfect pickup line, personally. For me, Bethany recalls, it was about 2 weeks later I started to feel a little flutter in my heart. Kevin had driven me home after a party. We ended up talking in the wee hours of the morning. Kevin was so embarrassed to tell me he didn't want to drive an hour and a half back to the place he was staying. So Bethany says, I was horrified. I didn't realize he needed a place to crash, and I must have missed all his hints. Like, were you yawning loudly, or did the little puppy dog eyes look, or something like that?
Until she said it's time for bed. She's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, right. All right, well, pretty soon you'll be able to sleep forever. Okay, and then the last question was, describe the person you are marrying today with 3 adjectives. I know it's hard to narrow it down, but Bethany said the first adjective to describe Kevin that comes to mind is charming. Kevin is really good in social situations. He makes an instant connection with people wherever we go. Do I get an amen on that? Yeah. The second objective, don't disagree, it says wedding. The second objective is dedicated. Having deep connections with people really matters to Kevin. He's extremely loyal in all his relationships. The third adjective is thoughtful. Kevin is in tune with how I'm feeling. He has good radar. He can always pick up on whatever my mood is. That's a very important skill, by the way. You want to practice that the rest of your life. Finally, Bethany admitted that Kevin makes her feel safe and is without a doubt the best. Kevin said without hesitation, Bethany is brilliant, loyal, and thoughtful. She's a phenom intellectually. Bethany is very loyal and thoughtful toward her friends and family. She's very thoughtful in the way she makes an effort to celebrate people. I don't think it's an accident that she's been invited to be a bridesmaid many, many times. But today, she's the bride. So now, requested by Kevin and Bethany, I'd like to invite their mentor and friend, the Honorable Judge Stoll, to preside over the important vows and exchange of rings.
It is such an honor for me to be here and co-officiate at this wedding. Bethany served as my law clerk and holds a special place in my heart. In the time she worked at the court, she endeared herself to me and to our entire Chambers family. She has a brightness and warmth that lights up the room, and she's authentically herself, whether she's talking about emotional support platypuses at law firm recruiting dinners, planning Clerkapalooza at her parents' house, teaching me my kids how to play code names over Zoom during COVID, or sharing stories about her adventures in Comic-Con. She's become part of my family. I remember the first time I met Kevin. He told me that he would follow Bethany across the country to be with her while she traveled for depositions and trials. And by the second time I met him, when he had me and everyone else in Chambers in stitches for the entire lunch, I knew he was the one for Bethany. He is now part of my family too. Clearly, Bethany and Kevin, we both come from very close and loving families, as we all witnessed from last night's wonderful celebration. The foundation that has been laid for you by your families, including your Chambers family, will help you as you move forward together as husband and wife. So you two, we are at the heart of the ceremony, the part of your wedding where everything shifts. On one level, you walk away from this ceremony and nothing will have changed. Still the same deep love, still the same commitment, still the same life you've been building beautifully together. And now, on another level, something will be profoundly different. Rather than just a couple in love, you will be legally married and you will have made official vows and promises to one another with witnesses in sacred trust. Continue to hold your hands and give your consent for your vows in marriage. From the moment you met each other to the moment you knew your love was the real thing.
Bethany, you look so beautiful today. I believe beauty and art are no mere ornaments, but a path, one that arrests my heart and directs it towards what is good, just, and true. If God's glory is reflected in his creation, in you I found his masterwork. As I look over this gorgeous water, I want to take a moment to reflect on our families who immigrated to America to forge a better life for their children and grandchildren. I'm humbled at the beauty we get to share together today because of their sacrifice. The freedom that our great nation affords us comes with the responsibility that we are captains of our own ship. But experience has shown me otherwise. Even the most determined of navigators must acknowledge the unseen hand that guides the tide. For in truth, our love story is one of both providence and choice. That we reconnected in the marbled halls of the Hibernian Bank is not something I had planned. I vividly recall you seeing me from across the room, marching up and sternly chastising me when I didn't tell you I was back in San Francisco. Providence played its part. But who made the initial choice in our love will always be deeply shrouded in myth, like all good tales. In one retelling, you invited me to a game night at Rose's and Mark's, and then to lunch, where you proceeded to ask me a lot of questions about my eligibility as a bachelor. Basically, you were really into me. You then pounced on me as fiercely as a Guyanese jaguar one fateful dinner when you said, "So are we together or what is happening?" Bethany, from this day forward, I vow to you we will always be together. Another version of the tale is that at that same gay night, it was I who canceled plans with a local friend for the opportunity to drive you home. Over the next several weeks, I would make any excuse I could find to head back up to San Francisco and spend time with you. I simply started to treat you as my wife until I willed the dream into existence. Subscribers of this version of events refer to it as Operation Frog Boil. Well, operation successful. Bethany, I vow from this day forward that your dreams will be mine, and I will do everything in my power to will them into existence. I have a great track record. However our tale is told, our love is a beautiful one and composed with care, a story that has its foundation laid in friendship, between quiet conversations, shared laughter, and a love of fantasy books and board games. But is built also on something much deeper, the understanding that love is strongest when it extends beyond you and I to embrace family, friends, and all those who make life richer. For in loving you, I have come to love those you hold dear. Your family has become mine, your friends a source of joy, your traditions ones I now cherish with respect to my Bauji. Bethany, from this day forward, I will continue to craft our story, one where laughter is abundant, hospitality is generous, and our love will be seen and extended to everyone who knows us. You inspire me, not simply in grand gestures like renting a yacht for Valentine's Day or planning a 1920s birthday theme. Both were super dope, by the way, but in quiet, steady ways that shape the man I strive to be. Where I see only obstacles, you offer assurance and a reminder of what gate the plane is taking off from. When I worry about providing security and prosperity, you remind me that you can't insulate yourself from hardship and that life is measured by our relationships. Where I see only the road ahead and a battle to be conquered, you remind me to pause, to reflect, and to truly live. You have made me better, not by asking me to change, but by showing me time and time again that we are so much stronger together than we could ever be apart. Today I vow to honor what we have chosen to build, to uphold the creed we now share, and our dualis fidelis, faithful in adversity. I vow to choose you every day. I vow to be your ally in all pursuits, whether in noble quests or quiet evenings spent with a book. I vow to never litigate against you in the federal circuit, because I would certainly lose. I vow to stand beside you in victory and defeat, in sickness and in health, however our story unfolds. I vow that I am yours today and for all the days to come. I love you.
All right, Bethany, do you take Kevin to be your lawfully wedded husband, your best friend, and your love for life? If so, please say I do.
I do.
And now we'd like you to provide your vows.
Why couldn't I go first? Man. All right. Kevin, sometimes it feels like our lives are an endless wave of decisions coming at us from every direction, from where we live, to what we eat, to how we respond to the 17,000 daily emails suffocating our inboxes. But the best and easiest decision I have ever made is marrying you. Kevin, from the moment you walked back into my life, something changed. You felt like home. You made me feel safe and truly at peace for the first time in a long time. You made me laugh when I wanted to cry, and you gave me something to look forward to when coming home, even if we were just watching a silly musical together. I vow to love you without condition, to support your dreams and respect our differences. I promise to listen with empathy, to speak with honesty, and to act with kindness. I vow to stand beside you when life is easy, and to have your back when it's not. I vow to not litigate your feelings, and to admit when I'm wrong, which I am sometimes, occasionally, well, at least once. Most of all, I promise to always be your home, You're steady when the world feels uncertain. Whether we're throwing big parties, getting lost on our overly adventurous torture hikes, or quietly reading next to each other, I vow to choose you every day, again and again. You are my love, my best friend, and my greatest adventure. And today, I give you all of me forever.
You have made your beautiful vows, which are promises for the married life that you are beginning right now in this moment. We witness and bless your vows for the lifetime of your marriage. And so come the rings. The final ritual in a wedding ceremony is to make your commitment tangible. Your rings are the physical representation of the promises you have made to one another today. They symbolize the sanctity of your marriage and are a constant reminder of your love. So, best man, could you please give me the ring?
Oh my Lord.
What is going on?
This is so awesome. Whoever planned this, I love you so much.
There you go.
Wow, what a ring delivery!
That's so cool.
So awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
This ring. Kevin, this ring is a circle of strength with no beginning or end, and with no point of weakness. May this ring be a constant reminder of the promises you have made today. Please place it on Bethany's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I thee wed.
I thee wed.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of our commitment
as a symbol of our commitment
and our connection.
and our connection.
Bethany, this ring is the circle of strength with no beginning or end, and with no point of weakness. May this ring be a constant reminder of the promises you've made today. Please place it on Kevin's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
I give you this ring as a symbol
I give you this ring as a symbol
of our commitment and our connection.
of our commitment and our connection.
And now the bride and groom would like me to introduce Rose Hagan and Mark Lemley for a unity glass ceremony.
Hi everyone, my name is Rose Hagan. I'm a friend of Bethany and Kevin. Strands of glass have been fused together, then cut into strips, which have been and are currently being passed out to family and close friends. Just as in a cloth tapestry, threads are woven together to create something new, I will collect these individual pieces, take them home, and fuse them into a beautiful platter that Kevin and Bethany can use.
Rose and I had the privilege of hosting the Game of Thrones wine tasting dinner and they've asked me to do a reading. Every community has its own sacred texts. This is a reading from the Book of Truth. None of us is perfect, and so none of us can keep oaths perfectly. Though you remain imperfect, though you remain devoted, there will be fires of anger, frustration, confusion, and pain. When those flames blaze, remember this day. Remember this oath, which is unique, as you do not make it alone. Together, you're stronger than apart. Together, your oaths will stand apart from the world.
Your ring exchange is complete. You've made your promises for married life. You've given your consent in marriage. In the presence of God and these witnesses, your friends and family, and the blessing of love that connects us all, you are now joined together in this most sacred commitment of marriage. May the two of you be blessed with a lifetime of health, love, happiness. May you find faithfulness in adversity and be grateful in prosperity. May you continue to support one another in the wonderful way you already do, and may your love and connection grow exponentially over the years, and may your life together flourish as you begin your journey ahead.
By the power vested in me by the United States government, and by the power of your own commitment and choice within, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss.